Okay, yeah, my full name is Christian Gabriel Torrio Lugtu. I go by Ian, as a lot of people know me by. I was born and raised in San Francisco, California, but I live in Daly City. I grew up around Fillmore, the Fillmore area, like right there in the heart of the Mo, like uptown. Before I met the Lord, for me, I guess pride was one of the things that I was dealing with. You know, I was like a show off, pretty much, and that was me. The guy in high school who had almost everything, you know, from like girls to like, you know, drugs and cars and whatnot like that. And yeah, but I was empty still. The way I found God was like one day, it was 2014, where I bought a bike, right? That bike, I had some issues with it. So I was looking all over Craigslist, like, to find someone who can fix my bike, like locally. I saw God Sent Mojo Moto, and I was like, huh. So I read the ad, you know, and I was drawn to it. I was just like, wow, you know, it says he's a man of God, he's his word. And so when I went down there, I met Ron, and you know, you can ask Ron, and he could tell you how cocky I was when I was there. Like, I thought I knew everything, and then I didn't. Every time, like, I would come over for him to do some work or tell me some stuff, he would always invite me to church. And I was like, man, I don't know, like, I haven't been to church in a while. I was just like, all right, well, they've done so much for me, like, let me give back. I'll go to church, you know, just for them, right? I wasn't going for God, I was just to please them. Then when I came, like, you know, my Sunday's best, like a Catholic person, right? My first day, I was in a suit, and I was like looking around like, hey, like, what's going on? Right? And then, like, it was different for me. It was a different vibe. The feeling that you get when I first stepped in was all the emotion. Everyone was focused on one thing, that was being connected with God, and that relationship, I just seen it everywhere, and I was like, wow, like, I didn't know, like, that's possible. And to be honest, like, when I came here, I wasn't even judged. I looked around, I met wonderful people said hi to me, you know, and to be noticed for something other than what they don't see is great. It's powerful, you know. Like, when I first met Pastor Barb, she was actually the one that prayed over me on the first day that I was there. And all my pride that I had, I was like standing there, and everything is flashing back and forth, and I'm like trying not to cry because I'm trying to hold it all inside. And then, yeah, like, when the stuff that she was praying about for me was hitting all the target right dead center, and I was just like, wow, this is crazy. And you know, for them to know just a little bit about me other than my appearance, then it goes deeper. And I was just like, wow. When you read the Bible, it's like you could open like a page, and you can just open up the page, and he's speaking to you right at that first sentence that you look at. And it's just like, wow. To me, it's like, I'm amazed at what can happen. It's powerful. Like, I feel the presence, like, you know. And yeah, that's pretty much like what I feel that helped me out over here, was I was able to die of my old ways, and let go of all my pride. I guess, like, beginning of this year, I went to a men's conference with Ron and some of the other guys. It was actually called Man Up. It was called Legacy, and the person leading it was Dr. Samuel Huddison. After, you know, being there with over, you know, 500 guys, and everyone has a different story to tell, I was over there, and that's when I left, like, most of me behind. You know, hearing everyone's testimony and watching everybody there, I was like, wow, this is a lifestyle that's good, and it has its blessings and it has its trials. and like I was willing to go the distance to be with God closer. So I was like, everyone has like, that certain part of them that still has to die, and I think that the time should be now. It should be, sooner than later, so I could be living a better lifestyle for my family, and leaving a legacy behind, so that my daughter, and if I do have a son, then they should follow right after. And that's why I feel like I should get baptized, is to kill the last of me, that little piece, that's trying to weigh me down from stepping up the ladder. And that's something that I want to do for myself and to be closer to God.
Follow you through the darkness. Will you take away my fear? I follow you when the sun shines.
I'm all in.
Drawing near down the long